Good morning. It's Monday at the beginning of the 13th week of the semester. We're getting very close to the end. Today, I just wanted to give you a really brief lecture on the advocacy assignment, your last assignment. Part one of the advocacy project is that you design the advocacy itself. And by that, I mean exactly that. I want you to design it, but not necessarily produce it. So let's say you wanted to do a web page. A web page is a huge project, so you wouldn't be able to do an entire web page between now and the end of the semester. But what you could do is give the architecture of that web page. What would be on the landing page? What other categories would be on the website? What kinds of things would you want to see there? What kinds of images would you have, etc.? Let's say you wanted to do a billboard. Clearly, you can't go out and fund putting up a billboard between now and the end of the semester. But if you wanted to do a billboard, you could sketch out exactly what was going to be on that billboard, as well as think about where those billboards might be placed and so on. So this is about designing and communicating what you've got going rather than necessarily completing the design. The design should grow out of your case study. The last section of your case study was looking at what openings there are for you to fill to build on this advocacy. So what is an audience that the case you've looked at maybe neglected to reach? What is some information that needs to be amplified or made more clear? So what is the weakness, or what is an aspect of the advocacy that you analyzed that needs to be built on? Now, you need to be thinking about 4 different things when you're thinking about designing this advocacy. The first is the medium, and the medium basically is, where will you find this? Where is your audience going to encounter this piece of advocacy? Clearly, if it's a billboard, they're going to be driving. And you might want to put what highways and so on you'd put it on and what your reasoning is for that. So the medium is how your audience would encounter it. Is it going to be on Facebook? Is it going to be handed out at doctor's offices because it's a pamphlet? Is it going to be a YouTube video that you would send out? Is it going to be a series of tweets that in which you explain something? The next thing is the genre. And by that, I mean, what is the type of advocacy you're going to do? Are you going to do something that involves a blog post? Is it going to be a billboard? Is it going to be a diagram? That sort of thing. You can see that medium and genre are pretty close to each other, but the medium has more to do with the audience. How are they going to find it? And genre has to do more with what? What kind of thing is this? So medium, how will your audience find it? Genre, what is the item? Next, you need to talk about your audience. Who are you intending this for? It is not okay to say that you're intending it for a general audience. You need to have a very specific audience in mind. You need to think back to your sphere of influence and who are people who would listen to you, and why do you want them to hear your message? And then finally, I want you to talk about the message itself. What are you hoping to communicate? Part 2 of the advocacy is for you to do some analysis of what you've created. So first is the rhetorical background. Why did you make the choices that you made? Second, I want you to, in the process of doing the analysis, I want you to use rhetorical language. So ethos, pathos, and logos. How do you establish credibility? How do you reach your audience through emotion? What kinds of factual and rational information are you given? And exigency. What is the need for this particular appeal? And finally is audience. Now, I've used this example in the assignment itself. But I just wanted to quickly give you an explanation of what this would look like if you turned this in. So this is the hand washing piece. So the medium would be that it's going to be seen on Twitter or Facebook. Genre is that it's a meme. It's something that can be repeated with slightly different information to reach slightly different audiences. Rhetorical appeals, pathos, humor, ethos, official hand washing, logos, illustrations demonstrating appropriate hand washing. Exigency, we're in the middle of a pandemic. And the rhetorical situation is that we can't see each other in public, so we've got to see each other online. Okay, I hope this helps. If you have any questions, please let me know what they are. Thank you.